Hey everyone, so a good video was made earlier by my good friend. Basically, like, it's self-care is important. Basically, a lot of people, I guess, how do I put it, like, make it seem like not make it seem, but like they overdo things that they shouldn't have to overdo it. Such as like me, I'm one of them. I'm just like Christian, where I just want to go constantly, just, you know, I just want to be at work, or I just want to be somewhere. But then at the same time, you know, there's days where, or there's a time where if you're not feeling great, or you're just not yourself, you need to focus on yourself and take charge of the situation or whatever. So it's happened to me, it's happened to him now, and it's like, okay, there's gonna be a point in time where we need to take care of ourselves. We need to focus on ourselves, or, you know, yes, we want to be there and show people that we could be there for them, and you know, do the job and get the job done. Me, I learned the hard way. Actually, I didn't think about, you know, what Christian did. Christian, he made the right decision to just take the day off. Me, I was stubborn. You know, I back in high school, and actually he could even like tell you guys part of it in the comment, but me, on the other hand, I was stubborn. There's times where I was sick with bronchitis, and I would just go into school, and just because I was just so tired of missing school. And not only that, I've had eye surgeries, I've had hand surgery, I've had, you know, just back to back a bunch of shit. So when there was times where I was sick with bronchitis, I would just go in, you know, taking medicine and stuff like that. But there was one day where I was so bad to where I couldn't even like stay awake, and I don't know how, but I remember vividly what happened. Apparently the morning of, I wasn't paying attention because I just wanted to go to school and just get through the week, and, you know, because I had a lot of important stuff coming up the next few months. We had like a lot of fun stuff too. And I remember it was right around March or April too when it happened. Oh crap, I want to say 2018. Yeah, 2018. Yeah, it was. And I was 17 at this point. Actually, yeah, 17 when I was 18. So it was like, I don't know, the morning I wasn't paying attention, and I took the stronger dose of this cold medicine I had, and yes, it helped with the cough for a little bit, but it what had happened was, you know, I finally made up to school, and we got to like going to first hour, and I don't know what happened, but I was sitting there reading Braille, and I was sitting right by Christian, so he could even like describe to you like what had happened. But I was sitting there reading Braille, and I stopped every couple seconds because I was like just like falling out of place, and I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't even like, I was like, what the fuck? And so by the time I had realized what was going on, my teacher was like, can you pause for a minute? She's like, are you okay? I'm like, not really. So at this point I realized I probably overdid it by forcing myself to come into school, and I wasn't paying attention by what I did, and how much, you know, time I could have saved by just resting a lot more. And, you know, because I thought I was on the clear for coming back to school once I had more, you know, like medicine and stuff like that, but clearly that wasn't the case, and I ended up missing the rest of that week So not only did I miss the rest of that week, but I have missed, I think it was a week prior to that too. So altogether, I was out for, I think, 2 weeks, if I remember. But yeah, I was sitting here reading Braille, and then all of a sudden I couldn't even keep up with anybody. And then I went to go take a break for a little bit, and then I came back, and I remember too, like, we had this speech thing. Somebody had came in to talk about, I think it was about guide dogs. I was so mad that I missed out on that, or it was something like that, or colleges, I can't remember. That's why I said Christian would remember a lot more than me, because I was fading in and out because of what was going on. I could not concentrate. I don't know. So, by the time the speech was over, apparently a couple of the students, or a couple of my, like, teachers were like, oh my god, like, are you okay? You look pale. I was like, I don't think so. So, I remember I had O&M with someone, and they're like, I think you should leave. And at that point, I started to feel queasy. I was like, okay, yeah, no, I can't be here. So the last thing I was like, okay, I stood up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to O&M. And Christian's like, oh, okay. And then, like, 20 seconds later, that's when I, like, started to stand up and stuff, and I started to feel queasy. I was like, oh, God. So then I ended up telling him, I was like, okay, I'm sorry, like, I'm leaving, I can't. He's like, oh, damn. So I ended up leaving, and I made it back, and I was just like, wow, that was awful. So basically, all I'm saying is, please listen to your body. If you're not feeling right and you go to work or you go to school, second, think about what you want to do, because no matter what, you need to take care of yourself first. Don't overdo things, and don't, you know, and me, I didn't pay attention to that, and yeah, that was my consequences for the day. I fell asleep in almost all 3 classes, because that was my fault. I should have known I wasn't clearly better yet. And by the time I had came back, I still had a bit of bronchitis, but it wasn't that bad. But they did finally realize that I had taken the not wrong dosage, but I practically took the other medicine the way around. So instead of Dayquil, I was like taking okay, so the NyQuil, the kind that I had, it actually is supposed to help with the cough, so it did, but that's when it made me really drowsy. So I was like, yeah, I won't do that ever again. So then, by the time I had came back, I was on another kind, but at least this one, it wasn't that bad. It still made me feel a little drowsy, but not enough to where it was like, okay, I need to get out of here. It was enough to where I needed to take it easy. So when I would have gym class, of course, I had my friend with me at all times, because I had to be careful walking down the stairs too, because I took the antibiotic before school, so it wouldn't even hit until I did certain activities in gym. I think at that point we were doing the pacer test, and I couldn't even do that. I can't remember. Like I said, Christian would remember probably a lot more than me. Don't quote on me, because I wasn't fully comprehending. So when he had made his story earlier, I told him, I said, damn, do you remember the time I had bronchitis and I had to leave? He was like, yeah. And I remember the teacher that week prior, before I had left for the rest of that week prior, I remember her telling me, don't worry about coming back to school if you're not feeling well. And she even said it, I should have stayed home. She even said it. I was like, well, I know, but So the takeaway for this is, please focus on yourself and don't worry about having to, you know, make up for anything and, you know, stuff like that. I know it's a bummer. I know it's hard that you might fall back behind, but once you get back in the swing of things, you easily pick right back up. But unfortunately for me, it took me a little bit longer because of my, you know, condition at the time. I was able to resume normal activity a week after that week I had came back. So altogether, it took me 3 weeks to finally hit 100% normal. I remember Colton was trying to help out too at points, but then, like, me and Christian were like, yeah, no, you don't understand. So, like, when we had, like, exercises and stuff, I forgot what ones we did, but there were certain ones where I had to just take it easy, because when I would kneel down, I would stand up and I would be like, ooh. So, yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
Voiceover.